icon in comedy, a fighter for freedoms, an accomplished entertainer, and a pervert. You've got problems, he's got problems. You've got questions, he's got answers. Some of which are good. Call now, 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. This is the Jim Norton Show.
Well. How are you guys? Sorry, I just dropped the... I'm really an unprofessional broadcaster after all these years. I have to put my... I always do this. It's the little mouthpiece that goes over. There we are. Thank you for tuning in. I have, guess in the same place. I always like to start off by babbling for a moment about where I'm at. Still looking for my stupid apartment. And you know what I noticed about myself, and I've always kind of known this? I get very obsessed very fast. Like, I'll see a place, and it'll be nice. And I'll go, I have to have it. That's my place. And then I obsess over it. And then the second time in, I kind of like it, but not as much. It's like I'm still addicted to that new feeling. Like, I like new shit. That's why it's hard for me to maintain a relationship. Because I either have to keep upping the ante sexually, or changing things, or starting fights, because that feels new or alive. It's that, I've mentioned the word dopamine way too many times, but I really think that's my major problem, is I absolutely need to have some balance with that. And I started taking Metamucil. I had to go to the doctor today. I have to get a, what's the word, a colonoscopy, because my iron was low. So I know my one doctor's probably panicking, thinking I'm dying of cancer. But they did the finger in the ass check today. Well, the guy did. He had big, thick, fucking Serbian fingers. And his fingers were so big it was hard to come. But he said there was microscopic blood in the stool, which I think can happen from a lot of things. So I got to go get a fucking colonoscopy. So that's my day. How weird it is. I did not even read this. Clarence in Connecticut. What's up, man?
We must be psychic twins or something.
You had the same thing. I was doing that little opening thing, and I had not looked at the sheet that Lou sets, and you had the same fucking thing.
Oh, yeah, I had a 35-year-old blonde with nice fingers stick her finger up my ass.
Yeah, no, I had a man that was probably a war criminal at one time. So you have to go through your...
Wait. Before you go, you got to hear this, right? So you know how they interview you before the doctor or physician's assistant comes in, right? So this fatty, what's the name of that prison guard that helped out the convicts?
Oh, I know who you mean. Begins with a J, I think. I don't remember her name, but I know her.
The one you were just talking about for a
month.
Yeah.
I just don't remember her. Hilly or something like that.
No, the woman that let the fucking convict that
I know who you mean. I can't remember her name.
Okay, well, listen, she was the fucking assistant to the doctor. All right? So now, before they get ready to stick the finger up the ass, she shows up again in the room. So now it's the two women and me. And I go, what's this, a threesome? And they say, by law, we have to have a witness in here.
Yeah.
Did you have a witness?
No, but it was male and male, so maybe when there's a different gender in there has to be.
Yeah. That's not good if you have blood in your stool, because that's the first thing they fucking said with me. They go, no blood.
Yeah, so but I also have, it was microscopic, and what it was, I also, when I shit, sometimes I really push and strain. And he said it might be a fiber issue because how boring is this for everybody? But I'm not panicking about it just because I know how I shit.
What's the colonoscopy? The guy on overnight radio said that one of his buddies had it done and they punctured the guy's fucking bowel.
Yeah, I'm not scared of that.
Never been. You're not?
No, not at all. I'm just hoping they find nothing, and the rest of my tests were good.
Have you had propofol before?
Yes.
Okay. One last thing. Did you ever do your duplication of your videotapes that you wanted to transfer?
Yes, I did. I had to give them back to Sam. I put them on a hard drive, which I have somewhere. Yes, I did.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to do them on DVD. How much does it cost to see you at Caroline's?
I honestly don't know. $30 or whatever. That's an expensive place, but it's a great club. But it's also on Broadway, and they have a tremendous overhead. So
It's Yeah, you got to buy like 5 drinks at $6 for a Heineken.
Yeah, 2 drinks. All
All
right, well, good luck with your colonoscopy. I got a bunch of calls.
Yeah, well, when are you getting yours done?
A couple weeks.
Are you going to Manhattan?
Yes.
Can I go with you?
I would prefer it if you came with me. We'll touch base.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Clarence. All right, Steve in Ohio. What's up with you and your girlfriend, man?
Hey, Jim, long-time listener, first caller, all that jazz.
Hello.
I've been with her for about 3 years now, and I have a kid with her. I found out she's cheated on me just multiple times throughout the relationship, and I just never seemed to care, and it almost like provided me as some sort of sexual fuel.
Did it really turn you on?
Yeah, basically. And it's always kind of weirded me out a little bit, like it shouldn't turn me on. I'm not a cuckold or anything like that. I mean, maybe in the future, I don't know how that kind of thing.
Well, maybe you are.
Out.
Maybe you are a little bit, or maybe you just like the idea of your partner fucking other people. Do you do anything behind her back?
Never, no.
Huh? And how did you find out?
Just different ways. Sometimes through a text, sometimes her friend, or just various ways. Never.
Do you fight with her about it, or do you mention it to her, or what do you do?
I've caught her about 5 times, and I've only mentioned once. So she only knows that I know of one of the occasions.
Wow. And you're not mad at her for that?
I kind of resent it a little bit just because we have a daughter together, and that she would be willing to sacrifice the relationship for whatever guy she's with at the time. I've had beginning of the relationship, I had problems with drug and alcohol addiction, and I don't know if that's how it manifested, the pain from that. Okay. But I've been sober for probably about a year now, and I know she's still doing it. And now that I'm sober, it still doesn't bother me, and it's just weird to me that it doesn't bother me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know either, man. That to me sounds like a bit of cuckolding. But maybe there's another definition for that, where you're not into the humiliation of it. Do you think of it while you fuck her? Like, what is it? What emotion does it bring up? Like, you find out she cheats. Do you get a feeling in your chest and stomach?
When it first happened, but now when I'm fucking her, I just think about it's like the whole time I'm thinking I want to do better than that guy did, and it's like fuel almost for me.
It turns you on a little. Oh, okay. You feel competitive about it. Well, look, dude, if it doesn't bother you, then I guess maybe you could talk to her about it. But if it doesn't bother you, I would still suggest talking to her about it. Ask her why she's lying. Like, maybe if you want her to go out, do you like the fact that she's lying, or does it turn you on that she's going to go out and possibly fuck?
Maybe a little. See, my main question is, do you think it's going to manifest into a cuckolding relationship? And
not necessarily. Who knows?
Okay.
Not necessarily. Why don't you just talk to her about it and see where it goes?
Okay. Are you ever going to come to Toledo, Jim?
I've been there once, but yes, I will go back.
Well, come back. I'll bring a bunch of people.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's see. You've been with a girl 6 years. What's up, Nick, in Washington?
Actually, I'm from Wisconsin, Jimmy.
Oh, sorry. I read that wrong. My fault. Hey, man. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Good. Well, it's
I've been with my girlfriend for about 6 years. We get along great. I love spending time with her and everything, but our sense of humors clash.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really important to me, but I've just kind of learned to tell her to pull the stick out of her ass and move on with it.
Right.
Now, I'm debating, it's 6 years, time to shit or get off the pot. Don't know if I want to propose or not. What's your idea
it's important that you guys are compatible. But it's like is your sense of humor barbaric?
No, it's just a little on the dirty side. That's about it.
A lot of people aren't going to go for that. So if she has a real stick in her ass, but if it's one of those things where you are just kind of being a pig, and you like where most women might not like it, I mean, Does it cause fights between you two, or she just doesn't laugh?
No, she just doesn't laugh, and I try to tell her, pull the stick out of your ass, and we just kind of move on with the conversation.
Maybe she just doesn't think you're funny.
Well, then, I don't know what to do about that.
Does she want to marry you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well,
We've talked about it several times.
Well, you want a partner, not an audience, so don't worry about it. A lot of people don't think they're... I'd marry her anyway, as long as she's good in the sack.
Yeah, oh yeah, she is.
All right, Nick, good luck, buddy.
Are you coming to Milwaukee anytime soon?
I got something in Wisconsin coming up. I don't think it went on sale yet, but yes.
That will definitely be the date I propose then. We'll go to that concert, or that show.
You can propose on stage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would allow that. I've never had that. Or maybe I've had that once, but I would absolutely do that.
I would love to figure out how to hook up with you to plan that one.
Okay, well, if the date's announced, get back in touch with me, for real.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, buddy.
Bye. All
right, now, Robert in Alabama says a colonoscopy is nothing to worry about. What's up, Robert?
Yeah, hey, Jim. On my mother's side of the family, 100% of the people died of cancer, so I have been putting off having that done for years. I finally had it done a couple of years ago, and literally, once you take all the stuff and shit your brains out, after that, I mean, it's not, you go in there, you turn your side, they say count back from 10, you hit about 5. Next thing you know, you're in the recovery room eating a cookie. I mean,
well, I'm not worried about the actual thing. What I'm worried about is that they find anything. Like I'm not worried about getting it done.
Man, you've probably got polyps. You probably got a little bleeding polyp or something there that that's by definition they're precancerous. But I mean, all polyps are in your sinuses or anything. If you ever had those taken out,
that's a great name. That's a great name for a band, the Bleeding Polyps.
Yeah, it's really nothing. They'll go in there and they'll say, hey, you're fine. If you don't have a history of colon cancer in your family, you're clean. We'll see you in 10 years.
Okay,
and
buddy.
You walk away. It's nothing, man.
Thanks, Robert. Take care, buddy. Appreciate the call.
Bye.
Okay. Keith in Philly. Interesting phone call. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Jim.
How are you?
I feel like you may have had this issue. 29 years old. I've had a lot of sexual partners over the years. Even as of recent, the past 20 or so partners, I literally instantly hate them after I have sex with them one time.
I don't hate the women, but I'll tell you what happens. Sometimes my feelings change. Sometimes they don't. But that means that I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Like I was looking at them just as a conquest or as a fix. It's almost like if you're hungry and you eat a piece of cake, you don't hate the rest of the cake after you eat the piece, but you put it in the fridge and you get rid of it. You don't sit there, eat a piece of cake, and then hold it on your lap and stare at it and smell it. You don't do that or you'd hate it. You'd throw it on the rug after 10 minutes. So that's the way it is with a sexual partner, I think, when I'm doing it, like, not because I'm into if I'm fucking a girl who I really like and I'm into, but if I'm only looking at them like they're pussy or they're an object to come on, then afterwards, a lot of times I want them to leave or I want to be alone. It's not even an anger thing. Sometimes it's like, okay, this fix has been gotten. It's like this piece of cake has been eaten. So I put the cake back, and in this case, I ask the person to leave, or they leave voluntarily. Doesn't mean
that's
you hate
what I try to do. But they always don't, it turns around, they call me disconnected, and I never see them again. But
Maybe
I think like a week or two of texting beforehand is the hot part. Like, that's the goal.
The lead up. In this day and age, man, it's really gotten hard to be satisfied with anything long term because, like I was just talking about before, you get so addicted to new shit. I'm addicted to new stuff. I'm addicted to feeling the gratification of something new, the new car smell. Like, I love it, man. It makes me feel like everything is okay. A fresh paint job just smells good. So, yeah, I get that.
That's the way with everything in my life. If it's new, it's great. If it's old, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, a lot of that is greed. It's greed. It's grabbing for more than my share. It's grabbing for more than my share of everything. Like, it's lack of gratitude for what I have, and it's more, gimme, gimme, gimme. That's a lot of what it is, man. So sometimes recognizing that I'm a greedy twat helps.
So if you meet a girl that you're into, you kind of recognize that before you go in looking at her as just a fix?
Yeah, a lot of times I can just have sex with her and then still want to talk to her after. I told you one of the best advice I ever got was from a guy, because if you're not sure if you really care about a girl, jerk off. And after you come, if you still want to call her, you really like her.
That's true. Thanks, Jim, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Good luck. Ted in New Hampshire. What's up, Ted?
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, man.
Yeah, it was yesterday morning. I caught my wife masturbating in the shower. She doesn't know that I saw her, and I don't know if I should tell her or not. But the thing is, it was really hot when I saw her doing it. It just really turned me on.
Well, yeah, that's really sexy, man. And you don't know what she was thinking about.
Right, because I was downstairs, and she went in the shower, and I had to take off for work. So I went to go let her know I was leaving, but the door was locked, and I didn't want to wake the kids up. So I didn't knock on the door. I went to the other door from the bedroom into the bathroom, and I pushed it open slowly, and I could see her scooch right down, going out of town.
That's pretty hot.
Then I backed out and went, wait a minute, what's going on? I went back in, took another peek, and I'm like, holy shit, this is really happening.
Yeah, so, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Should you confront her? What do you want to say to her? Like how great it was?
I just want to tell her how much it turned me on, and I mean, it was.
What's wrong with that?
Really
yeah,
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't want her to feel like embarrassed about it.
Would she be? You know her.
I don't think so. I mean, she's pretty open sexually.
Like, how about if you said to her, hey, sinner, I saw you touching your dirty spot. What are you going to say? Maybe you should phrase it like that. Or just tell her how much you like. You know what you want to say to her? I'd love to watch you masturbate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see anything wrong. Or just don't tell her and then sneak in and watch her again.
Okay.
That's pretty fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
All right.
I'll give it a shot. Thanks, Jim.
All right. You're welcome. Let's see. Jeff in Kentucky. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? Hey, Jimmy. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. Thanks.
Big fan. Hey, so I've been married for almost 19 years, and my wife and I still have a great sexual relationship. We're banging regularly. And in the past maybe year, she'll be on top of me, and sometimes we watch porn together, and she'll be like, I'd love to watch you fucking another girl, or she'll be on top of me saying, I wish I had a cock in my mouth. But every time that we're not having sex and I bring it up, like, she's like, oh, that's crazy. I don't want to talk about it. So I don't know how to, because I'd like to get into the swinging lifestyle, and I think she would too. But it's breaking that bridge, getting to that first step of going out and meeting someone else or going to a swingers club, and I don't know how to get her into that point.
Yeah, what you ought to do is this. You ought to open up with what you guys ought to do is open up an account. Like it doesn't have to be a big dirty account. It can just be, say, something or a fake email address that will protect your privacy, and then go on Craigslist and just put up an ad or something like that, and then maybe exchange pictures with some people. And the reason I say do it privately is because, especially with sexual stuff, you don't need people fucking stalking your wife. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You don't need some weirdo doing that. So try that.
I've already set up an account on swinglifestyle.com, and I haven't shown her that yet, and I didn't put any personal photos of us up there.
Right.
But just looking around, and there are, attractive people out there, and I think that if she would see that, when she's in the right mood, she might be open to it, but I never know when the right time is.
Yeah, I mean, again, while you're fucking, you ought to talk about it. You ought to talk about it, and then just see if she'd be up for talking to one of them on the phone. Block the number, talk on the phone. It'll make her feel a lot safer. Because I typically don't like, I don't like online anonymity in most cases, because I think that people use it to say things that they don't have the courage to say as themselves.
Right.
But when it comes to protecting yourself sexually, you're not out hurting anybody. You're not, you're simply trying to, meet somebody. I don't think that there's any problem with that. But just don't be a creeper. You know what I mean? The downside of it is you're also talking to people who are anonymous, who may be using that to shield themselves from blame when they act stalkerish or aggressive or awful. So just be really, really protective and careful, because, you don't need some fucking psychopathic scumbag knowing what your wife likes to do sexually.
Right. I got you.
Okay?
Okay, man. Love you.
Take care, man. Let's see. Sean in Jersey tried stand-up. Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
I just did stand-up comedy at the Comedy Cellar after some classes a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Was Rick Chrome was your teacher?
Yeah.
I love Rick.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I really want to do it all throughout college. I'm going to NYU next year. So I really just want some advice on stand-up in the city.
Well, what was your experience like?
I mean, well, people laughed, and, like, I really loved it. Like, I wanted to do this since I was in, like, 5th grade. And, people laughed and stuff. The second show, it was fun, but, like, it wasn't as, like, many laughs. And, like, that was kind of a bummer. But, like, I just get nervous, like, I want to be good, but, it's like, some days I'll feel good about it, and some days I'll feel like a piece of shit, so.
Yeah, no, I understand. Hey, look, I would say just keep trying it at night and, go to school, do what you got to do. But I would say keep trying it. And, yeah, just continue to do it. I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this. Go to school and do stand-up at night. That's the beauty of it. You can always squeeze a spot in. You're going to have a lot of bad shows. So just, get used to it.
Yeah, I heard you got to just get used to bombing and then...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you never like it, but it's one of those things that, it's a part of it, and you understand that it's a part of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Hey, Anthony in Montreal. We have a foreigner. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Yourself? I was
Good,
just
thank
listening to the radio show. I heard some interesting stories, and then I was like, let me ask him a question, see what he thinks.
Okay.
So, yeah, like my mother left me when I was young, and like around 15, and she's in denial about it. But like,
what do you mean denial?
She doesn't admit that she just let me go. She says you were with your father, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't with my father because she divorced him because he was an asshole, right?
Right.
So, yeah, and I stayed with my grandma, but it wasn't a place for a 15-year-old to be.
Okay.
She should have been, like, I should have been with my mother. But she doesn't really see it like that. And now that I keep telling her, I'm like, dude, you let me go, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, let go of the past. I'm like, sure, it's the past, but it still affects the present because you're still not changing.
Well, is she a young mother or no?
She's 55.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, okay, so she wasn't like she was 17 when she had you. Is she a narcissist?
That'd be a good question. I haven't really pictured that. I don't think so.
Maybe not, but it's just a question. Because a lot of times people are very, very selfish, and they fail to see when they wrong other people. And we've all been guilty of it from time to time. But if you're her son and you're going, look, this fucked me up that you did this, and she's going, oh, let it go, then maybe she's just, maybe she's just selfish. I mean, there are people that are just selfish. And you do have to let it go. But you have to let it go and go, look, this is who she is. I can either live with it and hang out with her, or I can go, fuck her, I don't want to talk to her.
That's it. Those are my only two options. That's what I was looking for. Because
or you could look at it. Oh, sorry. Or you could look at it like, this is the best she can do. Sometimes, people do the best they can, and it's not what we want. Now, as an adult, because you don't have to live with her, you can live with that and have a relationship with it, but you just know who she is. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, she can't give you what you want here. It would be a bigger deal if you were a lot younger, but the fact that you're an adult, maybe you could just realize, hey, my mom is kind of selfish and an ass, but I have a relationship with her. That's up to you.
Yeah, but I'm sensitive like that. I didn't get over it, and it still hurts me that she doesn't accept me for who I am.
Oh, well, who are you that she doesn't accept?
A little bit of an asshole.
Okay.
I'm honest. Like, I say things the way they are. Mean. Like, I say them the way they are. I won't buttercoat them.
Sugarcoat them, yeah.
Sugarcoat them.
Well, then I guess you have a decision to make. Do you want to hang out with her and not like her, or do you want to just take a break from her? Can you handle that?
Break, yeah. It was. We had at one point. It was like 4 or 5 years we hadn't talked.
Well, I mean, are you more interested in the relationship than she is?
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay, so maybe you remind her too much of your dad.
Yes, exactly what I was thinking, and that's exactly what I keep telling her, and she never admits it. I just want closure, you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes closure doesn't come the way we want it to. Sometimes closure, it doesn't have the sit down where we both think closure happens. Sometimes closure is just realizing this is what it is. She's not going to give me what I want. And then you have to ask yourself, is what you want unreasonable? And it doesn't sound unreasonable to want her to acknowledge something.
I just want her love.
Well, I'm sure she's probably loving you the best way she can. Again, she might just be selfish and shitty at it.
I don't know, because when I was younger, she did give me all her love and attention. Then after the divorce, it like fucked her up.
Yeah. Then at least you know what it's about. That's all. Did you ever ask your dad about it?
Oh, him and I are even worse than her.
Well, are you the problem then? If you and both the parents don't get along?
It could be.
Well, then examine that and just see, are you being unreasonable and not accepting their explanations, which are real? And maybe that's why they don't want to talk to you, because you're always grilling them. I'm not saying it is, but maybe just think about it.
I don't know. A kid should never be the problem of...
That's not always true. That's not always true. I mean, a young kid, sure, but you have to realize adults fuck up too and make mistakes and don't handle things well. And you in one breath you said you don't get along with your mom, you don't get along with your dad, and then you said you're a bit of an asshole. So maybe the way you interact with them is a little rough, and as adults they just don't want to deal with it. I don't know. I mean, it's just something to consider.
Yeah, that's it.
You know? But either way, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Cuddles. Good luck.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Anthony. Leslie in New Jersey, you fucking girl. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? I'm tired. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Oh, sorry, you're tired. Question for you. 4 years ago, I had a hysterectomy, and I totally lost my sex drive.
Is that normal with that?
They can. There's stuff you can do. There's medication you can take, but I was just, it just was weird. Before that, I mean, we fucked them all the time.
Sure.
And now, I guess it's a two-part question. My first question would be, if you as a guy, if you had a girlfriend, you were in this situation, because I've offered to have sex with him, but then I feel like I don't want him to think it's like pity sex, because there's no pity involved.
Well, then don't offer it. Just act like you're enjoying it.
But at this, yeah, you know, that makes an excellent point. But at this point, it's already been discussed. You know what I mean? I made the mistake, and I know it was a mistake of saying that I lost my sex drive. And I said, maybe we can work on it. And you know, and I feel bad for him because he wants to have sex. So then the second part of it is that I discussed with two of my friends who happen to be women. I said, I'm thinking maybe, to tell him like just to go, pay somebody or get a blowjob or something like that, and look at me like I have two heads. How could you do that? But I can differentiate between sex and love.
Right.
So, I'm not sure, what the best direction is now. I mean, I was thinking, what do you think of this idea? If I tell him, let's start, messing around, just something like a lot of foreplay, see what happens, and take it like that, because... Yeah.
Can you take the medication still?
It might, that might be that too. It could be a combination of things. And I've been checked out, when the doctor says there's nothing wrong, with anything down below. It's just, it's my estrogen or whatever was decreased. But, and it's just, and like I said, I feel bad because, but I mean, I love him. He's hot and to me, and I still don't know what to do, but I don't want him to think that I'm like, oh, come on, yeah, we'll have sex. I know you want to have sex. But it's not that way.
Can't you suck his dick?
Oh, I told him I'd be glad to do that, but I think, I don't know, now he's not really much of he doesn't really share his emotions that much. We don't really, because he's never been much of a talker per se. I mean, so it all boils down to I don't want to hurt him, and I don't want him to be deprived of something that he enjoys. Yeah. So should I just go ahead? You know what I mean? It's just, I'm thinking maybe, I'm just talking this out with you, but maybe what I should do is just say to him, hey, let's just start fooling around again and see where things go and take it from there.
That sounds like a great idea.
Because, because I'm always so honest with my problem. I tell everybody everything.
Well, most of sex is mental anyway. So, I would say just talk to him. Try fooling around.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because it's not fair to him not to get a blowjob or have
Right, yeah, of course. I know, I understand definitely. You're right.
Right. But am I weird, do you think, as a woman, that, because all my friends are like, oh, I would never let
No, you're not weird. They probably aren't dealing with what you're dealing with, so they don't know how to respond.
Yeah. That's
right.
true. Well, thank you very much for your help, Jimmy. Take care.
All right, good luck. Shannon in Texas.
I actually have some advice for the guy whose wife thinks about other men and sexual things while they're having sex.
But won't talk about it outside of it.
Yes.
Yes.
I do that myself with my husband, and for me, it's just the fantasy of it, and I would be mortified in real life if my husband brought that to me. And his wife might feel the same way if she gets real cold about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of the excitement and the fantasy of being with another man or another woman while you're in that situation, but sure. I would never, ever do it, like, outside of the fantasy kind of thing.
Well, let me ask you, would you ever do that thing, like put an ad on Craigslist and talk to the person?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just total the get off of the wrongness of having another man or woman with us. Just the fantasy of it.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, just from a woman's standpoint, maybe that's how she feels, too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care. Let's see here. Poor Scott in Boston. Apparently has a big pecker. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Jim.
Hey.
Well, I don't know if you've
never
ever
heard of this. No.
What was that?
I've never heard it. It's called vaginism?
Vaginism, yeah. It's just basically she was born with like a really, really tight pussy.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, well, yeah, it sounds good. And yeah, I mean, my fucking pecker's real fucking big.
Like a fucking fire plug or something. Go ahead, Scott.
Anyway, for a while she was going to physical therapy, and we were fucking on the reg, and it was great. And then, like, she finished up college and started working in, like, a shitty insurance job. And, like, our life has just spiraled out of control since then. Not just in sex. She's just fucking lost. She's, like, gone off her rocker. She fucking, like, just loses her mind over every day as she comes home from work. She's like, I'm not fucking cooking.
Okay.
And that's not that that's a big deal at all. But, you know, she fucking loses her temper on me. And I think I'm a pretty level-headed,
sure,
non-confrontational dude. She, like, smacks me around when she gets angry and shit.
That's annoying. You can't tolerate that shit.
I know. I can't even fuck hit back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so during this time, she's, like, we haven't been fucking, obviously. She's in such a shitty-ass mood. So, like, her pussy went back to the old way. And now we're just, like, never fucking. And, well, we'll fool around. Like, I'll eat her out and then she'll suck me off. But it's like, I want to fuck. So, well, my question is, what can I tell her to do to, like, not just get over her work stress so that we can, you know, have a healthy sexual relationship again?
Well, you can tell her, like, I would like to have a healthy sexual relationship, and I think that you being so stressed all the time is making that hard.
Yeah, we had that conversation like 5 or 6 times, and she just kind of breaks down and goes, I'm sorry, you should just leave me. And I'm like, that's not necessary.
Yeah, oh no, she's a sad sack.
Yep.
I don't know. That's the only suggestion I have is I would just say to her, look, I would like to get back to our healthy sex life. And she's not willing to do anything to work on it?
Yeah, not really.
Well, then, you know, that's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not fair. All you can do is ask her to. You can't make her, but I think you're right to want to fuck once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah, well.
But anyway, thanks, man. I really appreciate talking.
I didn't really help you on that one, but that would annoy me too, so good luck.
Thanks, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right. Let's see. What's up, Tommy in Ohio?
Big fan.
Thank you.
This is a little complex. I'm going to start from the very beginning.
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right, so when I was 19, you know, I was a college athlete, and I was going to, I started doing some professional wrestling, and I started to get over down in the territory. And anyway, you know, that lifestyle kind of started to weigh on me. I was in pretty good shape and whatnot, so I decided to take a hiatus from it, kind of sort myself out and get over some problems I was having. So naturally I ended up meeting a lady and kind of traded in the boots for a family life, and then ended up finding out she was having a out-of-state affair when she went on vacation with her family.
Okay.
So she kind of picked up the family and that meet and see you next Tuesday took off. So I've kind of been blessed with being able to kind of fuck way above my pay grade.
Sure.
And with that, you know, once she left, you know, when I was with her for 3.5 years, I kind of gained a bunch of weight. Okay. And then afterwards, I got back to it and reopened the line to Space Mountain, and it kind of, you know, I kind of started having a healthy sex life again. And then I met another woman who I'm with now, and after I graduated, I got a job as a sports journalist and whatnot.
Sir, we have to cut to the chase. What's happening here? I understand that the story's important, but what you said, you're yo-yoing in weight?
Yeah. Okay, so basically what's happening is I'm kind of at a standstill in life. I kind of want to make another push towards the top, and I've been getting myself in shape, and the current girlfriend that I'm with is kind of hesitant about that because she's afraid that, you know, I'm going to start getting more looks and what have you from other people, and it's kind of been she's kind of has some insecurities, and no matter what I say or what happens, you know, she's kind of being overbearing about it. So I'm kind of sitting there thinking, is it selfish for her, for me, to not want to, you know, get myself in a healthy lifestyle?
Yes, it's selfish of her. She wants to keep you not in as good a shape as you can be so you don't fuck someone? Yeah, of course that's selfish of her. Without a doubt.
Yeah, because she's just like, why do you need to get in that good of shape again and blah, blah, blah. And
yeah, that's nonsense. You have every right to get into as good a shape as you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely, I figure if anybody is as big a deviant as I, it could help me out the year.
What's that?
I said I figured if any deviant as big as I am could help me at DU, so I appreciate you taking my side on that.
You're welcome, buddy. Good luck, okay? Keep working out and getting in shape, because if she all of a sudden, I don't want to be, let's just say she's killed in a farming accident. Who knows? Let's say a backhoe runs over her or mauls her legs and crushes her vagina. You're going to want to be able to go out there and get laid, okay?
Yeah, and congratulations on the strides you've made, too, on getting in shape and what have you.
Yeah. I just got sick of it. And I keep saying that new diet, Whole30, it helped me when I was at a plateau. So, you know, hopefully my health is okay. Otherwise, this could be the last year hearing of Jim Norton. All right, Tommy, thank you.
Yeah, you've been, like I said, you've been doing great things, and I enjoy your stuff. You keep up the good work, pal.
All right, buddy, be good. What's up, Pat in Philly?
Hey, big fan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just need a little bit of advice with relationships here. I'm always, like, getting the same shitty relationship. I always think, like, they're cheating on me and stuff. You know, like, they're always on their phone and shit like that. And then, like, the girl I'm seeing now, it's like one day, you know, she's like, oh, I miss you so much, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, you know, it's fucking one-word answers the whole time. You know what I mean?
Well, is she just moody, or do you think she's cheating?
I think she's just fucking around with, like, you know, I think she's cheating. You know, like, we work together, too.
Well, what's your question?
Like, you know, do you have any advice on how I can, like, get out of these same, because it's the same thing, like, every time. The past, like, 5 girls I've dated. You know, like, it seems like it's like a cycle I'm getting myself into, you know what I mean?
Yes, I definitely understand. It's like, but my radar is twisted, dude. So what happens is I attract what the energy that I'm putting out. So, you know, I got to seek out healthier people sometimes if I'm sick of repeating the same patterns. But I have to realize that my radar, like, read the warning signs. I can always tell when someone is like that. So just fucking listen to yourself when you get those warning signs, like, oh, fuck, this one's like the last one, instead of ignoring that because she's hot or she's a good fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking, I mean, she's both, but it's fucking, yeah, and, like, I just moved to a new city, too, and, like, I'm having a hard time meeting new people and shit, you know, so, like, I kind of, like, jumped on this, and I get, like, you know, pretty attached pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But just realize that it's a pattern, and you're probably more attracted to the feeling and the weird shit that happens than you are to actual her.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Jimmy. Fucking, I'll see you at the Borgata on the 11th.
Oh, the Saturday. Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, I'll see you there. You're doing great shit, man.
All right, buddy. Take care. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. What's up, Brian in New Jersey? How you doing?
Hey, Jim. Good afternoon.
Thank you for calling.
All right. So when I first started dating my wife, by far, like, the craziest sexual active person that I've ever been with. We had a baby. Sex drive has just not come back.
Yeah, I've heard of that shit happening a lot, man.
I mean, she actually went and had blood work done, and it shows that, like, the levels are almost, like, non-existent. And it sucks because, like, I'm super attracted to my wife. It's not that, like, I'm looking to go out there and do anything, but at the same time, it's frustrating because we'll go, 6 or 8 weeks without having sex. I'll get occasional, blowjobs here and there, but that's it.
And what does she say?
She knows that it's her. She knows that she's trying. And then, when we do finally have sex, it tends to be more on the painful side for her, and we're stuck keeping it like missionary position. It's kind of like, it's boring going from where we were to now.
Yeah, but she's bothered by it too, though?
Yeah, she is.
How long's it been?
Since the last time I had sex, or since how long has it been going on?
Since she had the kid, yeah.
A year and a half.
I don't know, man. Because a lot of women, I've heard a lot of guys complain that women, is there anything that can be done to her vagina to loosen it? Did they stitch her up too tight after the baby?
She actually had a C-section.
Oh, okay. So then where's the pain coming from?
Jim, I wish I knew.
Is the pain psychosomatic where she's just saying that because she doesn't know how to say, I don't want to have sex, I'm in mother mode all the time?
No, I mean, because I could tell there is a difference down there. Like, even though it's a C-section, it's just, I hate, using this term, but it's almost like it's not as wet as it used to be.
Well, the whole thing you're describing sounds mental to me. I would suggest ask a doctor if there's anything physically. But if she had a C-section and her pussy's not getting as wet, maybe that's why it hurts, because it's not as wet. And maybe she's just not as turned on because she's in mother mode or she's lost her sex drive.
Okay.
She on any medicines?
Just started a couple of days ago. Just started taking some stuff to get her testosterone levels back.
Yeah, ask a doctor about what that could be. 'Cause I don't know what could cause that to happen, okay? But maybe maybe there's a problem that she could take something for that will fix it up.
All right.
Or not just lick her pussy. That's all you do.
Hey, that's all I can do. Hey, a girl with big tits just walked by my car.
Yeah, go grab him. Show her who's boss.
Yeah.
See you, man.
All right.
All right. Jacob in L.A. Oh, boy, I hope this is a compliment. Hi, Jacob.
Oh, my God, man. I just got to say, I've been super depressed lately, and I listen to the show. I'm a new listener, and I've been listening for maybe about a month. But, man, you killed me today, man.
Oh, thank you.
You brought my spirits up, and I don't know, man. I just wanted to give you, pay some compliments, because that whole, the whole episode today, because there was no guest, it was just you and Opie riffing. And mostly you, and then the whole Jenny Hunt.
Oh, Jenny Hunt, yeah. She's...
Oh my God.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I'm glad you feel better.
Yeah, man. Thank you. That was you're killing me, buddy. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Jacob. Feel better. All right, buddy. Let's see here. Ooh, Nick in New York. I certainly understand this one. What's up, Nick?
Jimmy, you there?
Hey. Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah, so I had an ex-girlfriend, first of all, big fan, but I had an ex-girlfriend that was, very sexually crazy, and, like, I'm a little bit of or more than a little bit kind of dominating. Like, she'd want me to hit her, bring in other girls, a lot of anal, just craziness.
She's basically a good egg. She's a great girl.
Yeah. I'd be coming home from work, and there'd be 2 girls waiting in my room with, her and someone else.
Nice.
So just awesomeness. But at the same time, we'd be that couple that fights in public, and she would actually, like, hit me looking for, like, a reaction where, like, in public, you don't want to be like that. And
right.
It was like the worst relationship, but the best like that. So I got myself out of that relationship, and now I have a girl who's, like, 10 times more beautiful, like, gorgeous. And the sweetest girl, loves me, has her shit together, has a good job, owns a house, like, just, like, really, like, great in every way. And she likes to fuck, but, like, that type of stuff is, like, out of balance.
Dude, I totally get it. The crazy ones are always the best fucks. See, the thing that makes someone really good sexually sometimes is like any girl that says, hit me while I eat a pussy and you fuck my ass. That girl is not gonna say, let's not argue in public. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's a package deal. Like, do I want the girl who lets me eat another pussy while she jerks me off with a black eye? But she'll call me a cocksucker in McDonald's, or do I want the girl that will whisper when she's angry but won't let me spit on her? You know, normally you have to make a decision. It's usually a package deal.
That's 100% where I'm at.
Yeah.
And the other one, the ex has been kind of, she's in a relationship, but, you know, I don't think the guy has that little darkness in him. And she's been, like, hinting that she wants to get a hotel room with me and another girl. And I really don't want to. I really don't. But, like, I just have this fucking evil itch in me, and it's just hard.
Well, you got to understand this. You already had that. So you had the crazy girl, and it didn't work. So that could kind of answer your question for these two. It's like, it isn't like this girl's living somewhere. Like, you could date her, but you broke up with her or she broke up with you. So now you moved on to someone else, and that great sex was not enough to keep you together when you were together. You guys had each other. So something that still wasn't enough. So at least with this girl, if the nice girl but the lack of crazy shit isn't enough, then you'll know. But you should at least try it with this girl straight and don't fuck it up.
She's gorgeous and amazing, man. She's so sweet.
Yeah, don't fuck it up, dude. Just go with this girl. You might be able to get her into some dirty shit as time goes on. You will be surprised when a woman trusts you what they are willing to do. Just give it some time.
And I got the good stories, too.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. And you already had it and it didn't work. It's not like you're choosing between two. Like, if it was like the first time and you didn't date this crazy one yet, I'd be like, that's a tough choice. But fuck her, man. She's your ex for a reason.
Yeah, and I chip out on my girlfriend all the time. She fucking yells at me all the time, so fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You want to stick it in a cooter. I always fuck him in a cunt, mountain, ass in that order. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Suck on my fucking pecker.
Fuck yeah. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Matt in Long Island, you caught that girl cheating on you. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
Hi, Matt.
Hi. Yeah, so, you know, I met her, it's going on 2 years now. And, you know, we met, like, on a dating site. And when we first met, we each kind of had another person that we, like, were in love with. You know, and mine kind of went to the wayside. Hers didn't. And what I had said to her was, look, you know, I understand if you talk to this person from time to time, just, you know, don't do anything. And I would appreciate it if one day you came to me and said, look, I don't want to even talk to this person anymore. I'm in love with you. That was my goal. And then about 2 or 3 months into the relationship, you know, I snooped and I found a couple of pictures on his cell phone, and they were from while we were together, and it was her and him, and that was like a really hard thing because I got to see 8 to 10 pictures of her doing horrible things with this guy, awesome things with this guy.
Right.
And, you know, we talked about it, and she was like, you know, totally upset, and she was, you know, she was saying that was like a last hurrah and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, where I'm at now is that, you know, we opened up where it's like, look, you can look at my phone and I look at your phone. You know, we have all these freedoms, but I can't help think like, well, she's at work all day.
Yeah.
She could call him from work for all I know.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. Do you, you caught her cheating? Do you think she's being honest? And how long since you caught her lying?
It was like a year and a half ago that I caught her.
Have you caught her again since then?
Have I what?
Caught her again?
No.
Well, then the choice is this. Sometimes the choice is unpleasant. It's like you can't prove she's lying. So if you can never trust her again, then you have to break up with her. Or you have to learn to forgive her. Maybe you do trust her, but you don't forgive her. And maybe you're still angry about that. But sometimes you got to forgive somebody for fucking up. But if you can't forgive her, then just move on. I mean, that's what you can do.
I think it's the opposite. I do forgive her, but it's hard to trust her. It's hard to, you know, I know they went to a hotel when they did it. So every time I drive past, you know, one of those little dive hotels, I can't help but think about it. You know,
how long were you together when she did it?
I mean, we were only together for 3 or 4 months when she did it.
Yeah, dude, look, I know those situations are very painful, but if she's a cool girl, and if you think she's being honest with you, and if you believe it was a last hurrah, then just realize that we all fuck up. And you both came in from other situations, and you were just easier to let yours go. But she's let this guy go now, right?
I assume so, and I hope so. You know, when it all went down, you know, that was the other thing. One of the other things that I kind of hinge on is that when it all went down, I assumed she would come to me and say, "Look, I'm going to call him and say I never want to speak to him again." But she didn't. I had to say to her, like, "This is kind of what I need if you want me to be with you." And she's got 2 kids. I live with her now, and I have a lot invested in this. I love her kids like they're my own kids. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
So now there's so much invested that. You know, I might be playing on my own fears because there's so much invested, but it's hard to completely trust. That's the whole thing, you know.
All right, dude, I got to wrap because we're running late. But I'll just say this: you know, it's just a matter. It really is. Like, are you being irrational for not trusting her? Sometimes I have to ask myself, am I being an irrational, vindictive person, even if I don't think I'm being vindictive? Because after a year and a half, you should probably trust somebody. So you have to make the decision, can I get over this? And you said you've forgiven her, but if you don't trust her, that's not real forgiveness. I don't think it is. You know, if you believe in her, if you don't trust her, and you think after a year and a half that she's still capable of lying to you, then you probably shouldn't be with her. So you got to make that decision. And I'm sorry to wrap up and cut you off like that, brother. We're just running late and they're panicking. So thank you guys all for the calls. The phones are still lit. Thank you, you know, Ronnie, Jim, Jamie, Matt, Brian, all the guys still on the lines, Ronnie. And I'll talk to you guys next week, unless, of course, I'm dead.
Thanks for listening to The Jim Norton Show. Hear all that advice whenever you want to on demand at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. On SiriusXM is real.